Hey, what's going on guys, welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at FaZe Pro. This is going to be our first look because we're going to be doing an analysis. I'm going to take a look at this monster and let you guys know if this mythic is actually worth it. So we're going to do an analysis in today's video on this new mythic monster, and obviously this is based off of the YouTuber FaZe. This is actually the second monster they released for him, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at him. I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, let's go and get started. Ladies and gentlemen, Social Point just went ahead and posted a spreadsheet for this mythic monster this morning, and we're going to take a look at him. So this is what the monster will look like. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the looks of him. I wasn't actually expecting them to release another FaZe monster, but this time they actually just added the word pro after, so it's FaZe Pro. So let's see if he really is pro or not. Now, if you want to go ahead and read this backstory / lore, you can go ahead and of course pause it and read it, but we're going to get into the analysis straight away. FaZe Pro. Alright, so trade with me. That's one of the skill name. Deals heavy special damage to an enemy, applies double damage to itself. So it looks like you're dealing a heavy special damage and then applying a self boost to yourself. Now you also have a flammable experience, which is a very heavy fire damage to an enemy, applies fire weakness to an enemy. You also have get exposed, which is a moderate special damage to all enemies, applies blind to all enemies. So it's a 50% blind. And then last but not least, caught in 4K. Deals a massive fire damage to an enemy, applies burn to an enemy. Now this is definitely his best single target skill for sure. So caught in 4K is going to be his best to run, obviously. Now this is obviously an attacker, we can tell by the skills. It is a fire element. Books, we got exclusive. Ooh, exclusive adventures and good legions. Interesting. Trait wise, you have immune to trigger death, nightmare immunity, and status caster true vision. I'm not really a huge fan of the traits. I feel like traits could have been better. But it is what it is, I guess. Let's take a look at the stats. 14,192 speed, 26,048 power, and 396,488. So the stats are actually not that bad. I like the stats. It's nothing too crazy. At the same time, it's not that bad. So let's take a look at the relics. Amulet and sword. I actually like the relics. Well, yeah, because on amulet you can run a 10A amulet, for example, to regenerate stamina, and then sword can boost up his power since he's an attacker, so it kind of makes sense, right? But I feel like the amulet could have been something else, like a staff or something. I would have kind of liked that more. If not, maybe a SN. But overall, not that bad in terms of relics. So what else we got? Basic attacks. Fire punch deals low fire damage to an enemy, applies blind to an enemy. It's a 0 cooldown, so you can spam that. Make sure you have the stamina, obviously. Prank time, that's another skill. Applies fire weakness to an enemy. You have 0 cooldown, another spammable skill, but you need 24 stamina. I don't think anybody's gonna run this skill. There's no way. Life hacks, applies double damage and true vision to itself. So here's the thing. I wouldn't really recommend running this skill unless maybe it is an unranked version, since you won't have access to the true vision. But here's the thing, you don't really need true vision. Unless you really want to carry one, but what I would recommend is still carrying this double damage skill right here that deals damage. Alright, so carry that over this one. Now we also have thumbnail pose, which is a fire weakness to all enemies, applies burn to all enemies. I don't think anybody's going to run this either, but the thing is, if you do run it, what I notice is that he does not have any AoE fire skills, so he only has one moderate special damage to all enemies, but that's special, it's not fire. And I think that's about it. I don't see any other ones that deals damage and it's fire. So sadly, you can't really take advantage of that fire weakness. Maybe your allies can if they're fire element, but other than that, you can't really do it yourself with this monster. So his most powerful skill, which is caught in 4K, it's actually 65 damage output. So I do like the damage. Oh my gosh, look at the damage outputs here. Oh, that's awesome. His damage output is actually pretty good, I've got to say. So in my personal opinion, I think the best 4 skills to run would be these 4 right here that are basically listed up here. So these are the 4 best skills that I would recommend running on this mythic. And obviously I already told you guys what relics to give. So for sword, you can give in any sword that either deals damage when you attack it or boosts up your strength, like laser beam sword, for example. For relics, obviously 10A amulet, so you can actually regenerate stamina whenever you need it. In terms of runes, I would do 2 strength and 1 speed. If not, you can do 1 strength and 2 speed, or even triple strength if you want to go with that route. The ultimate, survive challenge. It applies fire weakness to all enemies. It deals moderate fire damage to all enemies. Applies burn to all enemies. So it comes with a torture, it seems like. So only your ultimate can actually benefit from the AoE fire weakness that he's gonna apply. So I wouldn't really recommend running the fire weakness unless you really want to. These right here, the tier 2 and tier 3 is what you want to run basically on this mythic monster. So overall, not that bad, but I don't think he's gonna be that insane at the same time, you know what I mean? So he's gonna be a decent attacker for a while, but later on I'm sure there's gonna be better attackers released and stuff like that. So he's nothing like game breaking or something like that, but at the same time he's not that bad either. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys actually think about FaZe Rug Pro. And obviously we've seen another version of FaZe Rug before in the past, and that was just FaZe Rug, which he was like a car or something. But once this monster gets released, I will do a video on how to get him, and also I'll do a review video on him as well. So anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching today's monsters video. I hope this video actually helped you guys out. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the design and also the skills. What do you guys think about FaZe Rug Pro? Is he really a pro? But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.